Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. This video is going to be a lot different to the ones I normally make. Usually, as you can probably tell, my other videos are kind of more so shorts related content or content relating to games like Outlast and other titles, but I don't know, this one is this is kind of a new form of video I want to kind of get into, just having commentary over gameplay over about topics that hopefully people can relate to, and topics that kind of affect me, and anyone who's kind of my age will hopefully resonate a lot with what I talk about in this video. Younger people I don't think will so much, but maybe in a few years they will. This video could age well, but anyway, I've been playing the new Red Dead Redemption Remastered recently, and while I'm enjoying revisiting Red Dead after a number of years, despite having played the game multiple times since 2010, I had kind of mixed feelings about playing the game in 2025, and I think that's largely to do with nostalgia. I feel like in recent years, nostalgia has become a very large part of our society, particularly on TikTok and in the gaming sphere. While we live in a time where companies are constantly making remakes and remasters of games, and even in their new games having like kind of relics of the past, in what I think is an effort to keep old fans hooked on the game while also trying to appeal to the current gen. And we see this in current games like Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed, just to name a few. But me myself, I'm starting to really wonder, is nostalgia a good thing or is it unhealthy? Should we be constantly reminded of past games and past experiences, or is it sometimes better to just let these things go? After all, nostalgia is defined by Oxford Learners' Dictionaries as a feeling of sadness mixed with pleasure and affection when you think of happy times in the past. And me, I think it's important to hone in on the sadness aspect of that definition. A lot of people link nostalgia to a yearning for the past, which I think is quite unhealthy, as it can suggest that the current life we are leading is inferior to the ones we were leading when we were younger. And sometimes I often find this when I play video games that brought me joy when I was younger. And I found this while playing this particular remaster of Red Dead Redemption, as it reminded me of what my life was like back in 2010, what I was doing, the friends I had and the family that were in my life. As I was riding my horse through this upscale fictional version of the American frontier, listening to the beautiful soundtrack to this game, which is one of the songs is the one that I have playing over this video, I found myself longing to be young again. When I say young, I'm young now, but longing to be young in the sense of going back to being a child again, and going back to that feeling I had when I first played this game back in June 2010, when I got it for my 12th birthday. And I think a lot of people can relate to this with Red Dead Redemption and many other titles that brought us joy when we were younger. I can't speak for past generations, but I feel like my generation are constantly being reminded of how much better and how much more easy life was in the past. And this can be seen in various AI videos titled What Was Life Back in the Early 2000s, where it shows artificial intelligence children living their day-to-day lives in the past, which as a 27-year-old seeing these videos can pull on the heartstrings a bit, as my generations are currently now the ones working 9-to-5 jobs. We're taking part in the 9-to-5 rat race, as some would say. Now, to be honest, while I don't think it's bad to reminisce and healthily reflect on the past, I also strongly feel that it's important not to become a slave to it and spend your days wishing your life was different, and wishing that you were back to a younger age where you didn't have responsibilities and when you didn't have the trials and tribulations that most adults have. My nostalgia doesn't just start and end with Red Dead Redemption, as there are many other games that brought me joy throughout my childhood, and there are many games that remind me of different times and make me think about what I was doing back then, the friends I had. While I had fun playing these games with friends, these games as an adult tend to remind me of those friends that I've lost in recent times. Some of the games I used to play include Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Daxter, FIFA, and the Tony Hawk series, just to name a few. This should give you an idea of the generation of games I grew up playing. As previously mentioned, I got this game, Red Dead Redemption, for my birthday, more specifically my 12th birthday. I was nearly a month into the summer holidays. I had quite a big birthday party, life was good. I had plenty of family and friends around me, I specifically remember staying up late in the night playing the first few missions while my friend was beside me watching, which even also taps into the whole aspect of couch play, which has become obsolete in recent times. And that's another topic I might make a video on in the future. But anyway, when I think about how my life was back then compared to how it is now, these are when the bittersweet feelings kick in. I'm now 27, and a lot of people who were in my life back then are not here anymore. Not that they've died or anything, but, they just move on, they do their own thing because, quotation, life happens. I'm not saying that my life now is bad by any means, and I know that I have a lot to be grateful for, and I know that there are a lot of people worse off than me, but there is just something about the feeling of childhood that is pulling, and I think for many people, more so men, that if there was a hypothetical situation whereby a door opened in front of them that led them back to their childhood, I think most men would go through it without second thought, and maybe even me included. As I outlined at the start of this video, a lot of gaming companies are developing their games with a specific nostalgic focus in mind, and this is something I think I disagree with, as to me it seems disingenuous and is only being done as a marketing tool to help sell a game. The first game that comes into mind for me is Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Last year's Call of Duty title had a system where, when you prestiged, you'd unlock a set of rewards relating to past Black Ops oriented games. For example, Prestige 1 will contain content from Call of Duty World at War. Prestige 2 will contain content for Black Ops 1, and so on and so forth, until you eventually reach the current title at that time, Black Ops 6. I feel these are just attempts to keep the older generation players on the game while also appealing to the new gen. Another issue I have with modern games is that they have to be unnecessarily remastered every 2 years in an attempt to just sell more copies of the game. This can be seen in games like The Last of Us and Grand Theft Auto 5. I haven't got much else to say on this topic at the minute. While this video was originally just going to be me talking about Red Dead Redemption specifically under the title of nostalgia, I feel that when I play it, it's become more that the nostalgia with video games as a whole, as I outlined above. I feel it's important not to get bogged down in nostalgia, as it will prevent us from moving on with our lives. And we should look fondly on the past but not let it disrupt our future. This is my first time making a video like this, and on a topic like this, so if my points feel like they're all over the place, I apologise. I know that there are definitely points throughout that commentary where I didn't make sense, but hopefully you can take something from it, where maybe you agree or disagree. And this is something I'm definitely going to work to improve on. I don't feel like I spoke about this topic quite well, but those are just kind of my thoughts on nostalgia in general. And like I said at the start, I feel like a lot of people kind of my age will probably understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'll leave it there, and I'll make another video like this soon, and hopefully you enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching.
Well, you're alive.
So it would seem.
So, how do you feel?
I don't know the polite word for it.
I do. Stupid is the word we use around here. What were you doing?
I was doing something stupid.
Well, you'll be okay. Once you didn't die, the doctor said you'd be fine. He got the bullets out a couple days ago.
Good.
It cost us $15.
I'm sorry, madam. Should have left me there to die.
Did you want to die? I mean, was that it? Was that why you went straight out to Fort Mercer and picked a fight with the worst bandit in the county? To die, Mr.
Mr. Marston. John Marston.
Bonnie McFarland. Miss Bonnie McFarland.
Well, you may be right, Miss McFarland. I don't know.
So what were you doing?
Just trying to give Mr. Williamson a chance. For old time's sake.
You know Bill Williamson?
Knew him. Long time ago.
Well, what was he like?
Dumb.
Just like you.
Thank you, miss. See my hat?
I have. And, what will you do now?
Now I'm gonna take my time and go after him the less kind way.
Well, that sounds very fun, Mr. Marston. Quite heroic, just like in those penny dreadfuls my brother used to read. Meanwhile, if you'll excuse me, I've got a ranch to run. Of course, if you're feeling better, why not take a ride with me later and help me patrol the perimeter? You can earn back some of that money we wasted on doctor's bills.
Of course. And thank you for saving my life, I mean.
Next time, Mr. Marston, I strongly recommend you don't try to lose it quite so earnestly.
I'll bear that in mind.